YSS Product Knowledge. The shock absorber is a part of suspension that supports the weight of motorbike rider, absorbs the impact, and controls the vehicle movement. Types of shock absorber. Shock absorber is divided into two types, including 1. Front shock absorber. 2. Rear shock absorber. Front fork absorber is divided into two types, which are 1. Telescopic front fork is front shock absorber system, which has fork tube at the top and outer tube at the bottom. 2. Upside down front fork is shock absorber system, which has outer tube at the top and fork tube at the bottom. The components of shock absorber are spring and damper. Spring supports weight of bike and rider. Damper is to control and balance springs' vibration and movement. Most vehicles typically use coin springs, which has two types. 1. Linear spring has consistent coil space and build-up resisting linear force. 2. Progressive spring has variable coil spacing. The narrow coil spacing, soft part of the spring, are activated first and then gradually go to the harder part of the spring. Damper. Hydraulic oil will flow through holes in piston that has viscous when pressing compression and rebound. The resistance is controlled by hole size of piston and shim hardness. Type of shock absorber. Hydraulic or oil shock. This is a standard shock absorber used in most motorbikes. Its advantages are strong, durable, and low price. It can be separated in two types. Consists of single tube, or S, the most standard shock absorber. The advantages are lightweight, low price, and well ventilated. It has to be installed as upside down only. The disadvantage, it is must-have spring or cover to protect tube from crashing. Otherwise, the piston will be stuck and cannot work. Double tube, or D. This shock absorber has double tube. The advantages are smooth ride, durable and safe from crashing. It works with piston moving through the inner tube. Hydraulic oil flow through base valve, which works together with piston set. However, its well-ventilated system is slower than single tube shock absorber, and the price is higher. Plus, it has to be installed shaft at the top. 2. Gas shock absorber is shock absorber which combined both hydraulic and nitrogen. It is divided into two types. 1. Emulsion gas shocks, Z in top line and E in eco line, are designed to combine the shock oil and nitrogen gas into a single mixture. Can only be installed upside down with feature of rebound adjustable only. Gas DTG, or B. It is shock absorber which has double tube. The piston is in inner tube, while oil and gas are in outer tube. 2. Separate gas shock is shock absorber which gas and oil are separated by bladder or free piston, which makes it work better than emulsion gas shock. It includes reservoir piggyback gas shock, G in top line and C in eco line. This gas shock absorber has piggyback attached to the shock body, which allows oil to flow through sub-tank and able to adjust both rebound and compression. Bottom external reservoir piggyback gas shock, U in top line and K in eco line. This gas shock absorber has piggyback attached to the bottom part of shock absorber. Reservoir on hose gas shock, X in top line and O in eco line. This gas shock absorber has hose with piggyback. The reservoir can be installed to the unobstructed area to solve the problem of some vehicles, which has less space to install shock absorber. This shock absorber can adjust both rebound and compression. Dividing piston gas shock, A. This shock absorber has oil and gas separated by free piston and can adjust rebound. Part 3. YSS Product Code. YSS Product Code as follows. Digit 1. Product Group. F. Front twin shock. O. Rear mono scooter shock. V. Front mono shock. K. Front fork. R. Rear twin shock. E. Steering damper. M. Rear mono shock. I. Inner tube. T. Rear twin scooter shock. Digit 2. Product type. S. Single tube hydraulic shock. D. Double tube hydraulic shock. B. Double tube gas shock. Emulsion gas shock, Z, for top line or E for eco line. A. Divided piston gas shock. X. External reservoir on hose gas shock X for top line or O for eco line. U. Bottom external reservoir piggyback gas shock, U for top line or K for eco line. G. External reservoir piggyback gas shock, G for top line or C for eco line. Digit 3, 4, 5, piston and shaft size. Digit 7, 8, 9, length of shock in millimeter. Digit 10, 11, 12, 13, feature. P. Step spring preload is step spring adjustable. Turn to the left-hand side for harder spring. Maximum 6 to 8 steps. T. Threaded spring preload. Screw spring preload ring to press the spring and tight together to lock the ring at desired position. H. Hydraulic spring preload. This feature uses hydraulic system to adjust spring. Turn knob towards plus sign, plus for harder spring. Turn knob towards minus sign, minus for softer spring. H1. Hydraulic spring preload on hose. The movable hose is convenient to adjust preload without spanner and dismounting. H2. Pneumonic preload adjuster. This preload adjuster works by using hydraulic pressure from gas canister to press spring, which can turn knob to adjust preload spring by hand. M1. Mechanical preload. Adjust spring mechanism by worm gear. This type is designed for enduro or motocross, which uses spanner wrench number 8 to adjust. R. Rebound adjustable to support and control spring and shock absorber movement as desired. Adjust the knob to control the flow of hydraulic oil through free bleed. Rebound a knob designed to have click sound when adjusted. Compression adjustable. C. Compression adjustable to control ingoing motion of shock absorber, which divided in 2 types. Low speed, using a needle to control oil quantity from tube to gas reservoir as needed. W equals high-low speed compression adjustable. It is the ultimate compression adjustment developed from low speed, designed to allow the oil to flow through the control knob. This valve set will operate when the oil pressure is too high for low-speed compression to handle when vehicle has heavy bump. It prevents vehicle from hydraulic lock. L or J length adjustable helps increase or decrease the length of the shock absorber, which can be adjusted in 2 ways. L can be adjusted between plus or minus 5 mm, and J can be adjusted within 10 mm. Digit 15 to 16, running number. Digit 18, 19, 20, shock absorber, tubes color code, springs color code, and reservoirs color code. Digit 21, additional product code. YSS shock spring product code. Digit 1, inner diameter at top of spring. Digit 2, inner diameter at the middle of spring. It will not indicate if the size is equal to the top. Digit 3, inner diameter at the bottom of spring. It will not indicate if the size is equal to the top. Digit 4, K1 spring rate in Newton per millimeter, which is the spring hardness in softer range. Digit 5, K2 spring rate in Newton per millimeter is the spring hardness in harder range. Digit 6, spring's length. YSS is continuing to improve in every day.